Hi everybody, welcome to the Guide to the Steem Ecosystem. I'm Wayne, also known as Spectrum Econs on the Steem Ecosystem. That's my username. You can look me up if you decide to join. Leave me a message, send me a comment. Hey, even upvote one of my posts, that'd be awesome. I'm coming to you here in this very first video of this course. You can see here with this lovely backdrop. You can come here or somewhere like this, take a photograph, take it back home, put it on your computer, and then post it to Steem. Maybe using something like Steemit, maybe using something like SteemPeak, or maybe you could go to Apex. This doesn't mean an awful lot to you, but if you continue with this course, I'll explain a little bit about all of these things. So why should I be the one bringing a course to you? First up, I'm not a developer. First up, I'm also not someone who actually builds blockchains and stuff like that. I'll tell you a little bit more about blockchains as we go along as well. I can give you 3 reasons actually. First up, I'm a content creator. I came to Steem in June 2017 and I shared some of my content. I shared some videos because prior to that I was using YouTube, I was using Facebook, I was using Instagram, stuff like that. And I shared quite a bit at first. I didn't know I'd be committed to staying here, but as I went along, I found that I was kind of drawn to the Steem ecosystem, and I was using Steemit at the time. Steemit seemed like all there was to offer in some aspects, I guess. YouTube followed not long after that. I'll explain what that is. So I was transferring my YouTube videos there, and lo and behold, I was getting some big upvotes now and again, and my posts were paying out. I was getting a lot more money on Steem than I was getting anywhere else, so that was a big pull. But also, I was kind of enjoying myself there as well. Met a few good people, got to know them. So there you go. Also, I got to explore other content, and some of that stuff was pretty good, as well as engage with people that were commenting on my posts. So it was about 6 or 7 months later, I started to invest. So that was when I was buying my first Steem. And you could say I was starting to become an investor. I became what they call a dolphin, and I had a dolphin account. I'll explain a little bit more what that means later on. And I was a dolphin for quite some time as a reasonably small investor. It was a little bit difficult to buy in even more because the price of Steem sort of skyrocketed during that early 2018 period. So all things great, all things wonderful. So you got myself there as a content creator and an investor. And something else, not something that I got from the Steem ecosystem, but I'm an economist. So as you can see, you get the experience from someone who's a content creator, you get the experience from someone who's been invested for quite some time now, and you also get the added experience and input from someone who's also a trained economist. So that to me seems like a good reason to create a course. Also found that there weren't too many other courses about Steem. There were a few Steemit courses, but not about the Steem ecosystem itself. And since I'm coming in from outside, as I said, not a developer, but as a user, investor, content creator, and as a professional economist, I could come up with a course that could, suit the type of person that I am and maybe a broader audience, because most people, let's face it, they're not developers, are they? So we see things from a little bit different perspective. Even though I don't know absolutely everything about the Steem ecosystem, I've learned a lot over the last 2 to 3 years, and I'm very happy to share that knowledge with you. So this is what I call a guide to the Steem ecosystem. This is not one of those get-rich-quick kind of things, if you know what I mean. If that's what you're after, this is not it. This is about presenting information, me sharing my experiences, and me offering some advice. As you go along, you'll realize, as you spend more time on Steem, things are constantly changing. So you might adopt a certain strategy, and it could be great, but you might have to come and change that when you have another hard fork, or there could be some other things, it could be a new application, and you need to change things up. So you always got to be alert, and that's some key advice that I'm offering to you. Like at one point, people were saying, use the bots, the big bots, promote your content. Since the recent hard fork, I'll explain what a hard fork is later on, that has changed. So what is happening now after the hard fork, there's more what we call organic curation of content. But again, that is something I'll explain later on as we go through the course. Okay, so that's just a bit about myself and why I'm bringing this course to you. As part of this course, I'm also going to be sharing some additional stuff. So it's not going to be just videos. So you see in the videos, I have slides. And in addition to these slides, I'm going to upload these slides as PDFs. So you'll be able to look at the slides within your own time. The reason why I'm using slides rather than let's say running through the videos, changing, clicking things, whatever, I can get into more detail and can spend a little bit more time on certain things. It also means I can update things as it changes. And the Steem ecosystem is constantly changing. And that's one of the things that you will learn once you're here. And you only have to be here a few months and you'll see announcements by various groups like Steem blog, steemit.com, and a few of the other what we call witnesses will be, communicating various changes. And that's the only thing that's really constant about Steem are the number of changes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start you off with a few slides, and I'll be working through slides. You'll see me appearing at the beginning of most of the videos, just giving a brief introduction. I have it in 5 sections, and at the end of each section I'm going to have some questions. I can't remember how many questions there are. There's just a few multiple choice questions to help you see if you've understood what I've taught in these courses. So anyway, if you got this far, thank you for giving this course a go. There's a lot of content here, so like I said, it's going to spend a lot of hours, and this content will be updated, so it's going to get longer and longer as time goes by. Steem keeps growing, so therefore this content will need to be updated. So anyway, we're going to begin with the slides now, and I'm going to give a quick breakdown of the 5 sections in this course. This course has been broken down into 5 sections, and these sections are getting started, navigating Steem front ends, becoming a Steem user, behind the scenes, and the wonders of the Steem ecosystem. There's also a section 6 not mentioned here, and this will be continuously updated with new developments and things that have not been mentioned in the course itself. As Steem is constantly growing and expanding, there's always new things, and even part of the body will probably be changed at some point in time to reflect those things. But a lot of the new stuff will be mentioned in section 6, and that will be defined a little bit later on. The Getting Started section will introduce you to the Steem ecosystem. It will briefly describe what is meant by the Steem ecosystem and briefly cover some of the key areas in there. It will also talk about the blockchain and what exactly a blockchain is, as well as in the context of Steem. It will show you how to sign up and get an account, as well as buy and sell Steem. There will even be a section that goes through some of the rules, should we say, terms of service in regards to some of the applications. The next section we will focus on navigating the Steem front ends. So once you've signed up, you have your account, and you have a reasonably good idea about what the Steem ecosystem is, you need to then know how to navigate the front ends or the user interfaces. And there are quite a few different user interfaces. This course will focus on steemit.com, SteamPeak, and busy.org. We'll also talk about Steem Plus and how that works with steemit.com. Next, we have section 3. So at this point, if you've been following through, you should have an account and you should have some general idea how to navigate some of the user interfaces and front ends. Next up, you need to decide what type of user you are if you haven't already. So a lot of people come to Steem as content creators. Some people spend every day here creating content, making videos, putting up art, photographs, even making music. There are other people that just come here now and again and put a simple short post or something like that. There are also people that come here as investors and see Steem as a great opportunity to make some money. And some people simply come here just to enjoy content. They want to read a good article that maybe you can't find elsewhere. They might want to watch videos. For example, some of the videos have been banned on other platforms, but they're most likely going to be available on software on websites such as ThreeSpeak or maybe even DTube. Also, developers can find Steem as a home as well, and there are various advantages of using Steem as a developer. So this is what this section talks about and covers. Section 4 takes us behind the scenes. So the first 3 sections is looking at stuff mostly on the surface. For example, how you get an account, how you buy Steem and things like that. Section 2 shows about navigating, and section 3 basically shows you how you can do various things. For example, post and upvote content.
But section 4 is very important because it explains to you what is happening behind the scenes and how this is all possible. Like, how do you get paid? Where does this money come from? How do you get to pay other people? And how that mechanism actually works and how this all ties in with the blockchain. So once you have a really good feel for the Steem ecosystem, you know how to use the basic user interfaces, and you know what happens behind the scenes, so you know how you get paid and how you get to pay other people. Now we can explore some of the other aspects of what I call the wonders of the Steem ecosystem. And that is mostly around the applications, the dApps, and there are so many of those. You just have to go to Steem apps, or you just go to State of the dApps or dApps.com. There's a lot of information there about these applications. And I have a lot of videos explaining various applications such as 3Speak and DTube in terms of videos. We talk about game apps such as Steem Monsters, talk about even a fitness app, Steem Peak. And even beyond that, we have various tools that can make our lives a little bit easier, show us where certain activities are taking place, as well as how you can earn more with your Steem power. So there's a lot in this section here, what I call the wonders of the Steem ecosystem. Oh yeah, and also not forgetting, also mention about Steem Engine, as well as the Steem Engine tribes. Finally, we have section 6. And this is not what I'd call officially part of the course, but more of additional material. And it is a section that will be expanding over time. As the Steem ecosystem is constantly growing, new things are being added. So when something new is added, I'll tend to talk about it or make videos about it in this section here. So first up, we'll be talking about things such as smart media tokens, as well as communities. And who knows what else there will be coming to the ecosystem as well. So it'll always be worth coming back to this course, maybe a few months later, just to check out what new things will be added. So there you go. Hopefully this introduction video gives you a good feel for this course. And if you like what you see, then hey, go ahead. We've got a lot of videos and a lot of content to share. Hopefully you'll enjoy, and hopefully you'll make it all the way to the end. And of course, even more than that, I hope to see you on the Steem ecosystem. Thanks, guys.